friends, it's Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today's video is going to be a budget related video. I am in my budget by paycheck workbook. I am planning on doing a few little upgrades to my budget by paycheck workbook for 2021. I just haven't quite gotten around to it. I'm waiting for a few things to come in the mail. So this is what it looks like currently. I have the budget by paycheck workbook in the printable version. I print out my inserts. I use a big arc punch to punch them, and I keep them on a Happy Planner disc bound system. And in the back of this workbook is where we're going to be looking today, because I want to talk to you about some of the savings challenges I plan to do both throughout 2021, but also primarily specifically in January. So we'll talk about the couple that I'm going to be focusing on throughout the year first, and we'll start out with Saveopoly. So if you are not familiar with Saveopoly, it is a fun savings challenge that I found on mothermeandI.com. It is a printable. I paid just a couple of dollars for this, and this is a lot of fun because it's sort of like Monopoly in that it has the game board that we're all familiar with, only rather than going around the board and buying up properties, you are playing against yourself essentially, and you're going around the board and saving money. So the way that I am going to use this Savopoly printable is every single Tuesday when I sit down to write my budget, I'm going to use an app on my phone called Dice Roller. I found it in the Google Play Store. Just a super simple app, which I'm pulling up here right now. Looks like this. It's got a little red dice on it. You open it up. You can select the number of dice that you want. For Monopoly, you roll 2 dice, and I will just click the roll button. Whatever number that I roll, I will move on the board, and that is the amount of money that we are going to save that week. So since I went ahead and did it, I'll go ahead and have this be the first savings for the year. This is going to be for the first paycheck in January, which is January 5th. So that's the reason why I'm filming this a little bit later. I know a lot of you are probably already well into your January budgets, but my January budget doesn't actually start until January 5th. So for January 5th, you guys saw I rolled a 3, so I'm going to start obviously on the go, and I'm going to go 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, and for the first week in January, I'm going to save $9. And to mark this, the way that I do it is I just leave myself a little note and say that I landed on this space on January 5th. Technically today's the 4th, but I'm going to pay this on the 5th, so I'm going to use that date. And then next week, I will just do the exact same thing. When I sit down to do my budget for the week, I will use my little dice roller. I will figure out how many spaces I need to move, and then I'll move from that space the next day. So $9 is what I'm going to save. I will do this every week throughout the year, and it's just a fun way to save money. Anytime that I can jazz up my budgeting with something fun, a fun challenge, or pretty pens and stickers and things, it keeps me motivated. It keeps me wanting to come back over and over again into my budget planner. And so this is just one way that I'm going to incorporate a savings challenge into my budget for 2021. The next thing that I'm going to do, and this is going to be every week during the year, is a 52-week savings challenge. You guys have all heard of a 52-week savings challenge. This is nothing new or revolutionary, but it's something that I decided that I want to try this year. I chose a $1,000 savings challenge. I just found this printable on hasslefreesavings.com. It was a free printable, obviously it says so right there. And once again, I just printed it on a full sheet of paper, punched it using my arc punch, and it's gonna stay in the back of my budget planner for me to reference every week. So the way that I'm going to do the 52-week savings challenge is I'm going to simply sit down every week when I do my budget, right after I do my rolling for Saveopoly, after I kind of have a feel for how much I have going out that week and how much I have left. I will sit down, take a look at this page here, and figure out how much I can afford to save, and then I will just color that in, color in the spot that references that amount, and that's the amount of money I will save. So I have here a little blue mild liner. This is the mild liner from Zebra, and it's in the shade blue, very easy. And this week I am comfortable saving $19. So that is what I'm going to color in. That is what I am going to save. This amount will get transcribed into my budget, and that's how much money I will set aside this week for my 52-week savings challenge. Some weeks I'll have a lot more money that I can contribute. Maybe I'll contribute $40. Some weeks I'll have less and I'll only be able to contribute $2. But as long as I am consistently contributing to my 52-week savings challenge, by the end of the year I will have saved $1,000, and that's exciting. So what am I going to do with that money? I don't know yet. I am hopeful that I can save for both of these savings challenges throughout the year, not have to touch the money for anything, and then at the end of the year I can decide, do I want to put it towards debt? Do I want to do something fun with it? I don't really know. I just want to get back into saving money outside of my typical sinking funds that I save for every week. You guys already know how that goes, and I thought that this would be a fun way to do it, give me something else to kind of look forward to, make it fun, jazz up my budgeting videos a little bit as well. So every week when I sit down and I film my budget video, you guys will see me use these printables, save this money. Obviously for the first paycheck in January, I've already gone ahead and done this in this video, but you will see this little process in subsequent budget videos here on my channel. So those are sort of my yearly savings challenges. This is something I'm going to work on every single month, not just in the month of January. But I do have a couple of January specific challenges. I figure every month I will come up with a couple of extra things for me to do to really focus on being able to tighten up my budget, save more, have more to put towards debt, and I have 2 separate things that I'm doing in January in addition to my savings challenges that I think are really going to help me save money and be able to put more towards debt. The first thing is a January pantry and freezer challenge. This is something that a lot of us here on YouTube are doing in the month of January. I myself am going to be cutting my budget down a little bit every week for groceries and trying really hard to focus on using what I have. This is going to be a great way to, again, cut some money out of my budget. The less money I spend on groceries, the more money I will have to put towards my debts. You guys know my major goal for 2021 is to be credit card debt free by the end of the year. So this is really going to help with that, I hope. It'll also really help me to clean out my pantry, use up some things I've been holding on for way too long. Another one of my major goals in 2021 that's not necessarily budget related, but just kind of a personal goal of mine is to get organized and declutter. And I'm really focusing on that in the first quarter of the new year. And so that will not only help me financially, but it'll also help me with some of my personal goals, and it will help me out with my health goals because it's going to be using up some of the stuff that I've had in my pantry that are like trigger foods for me. so that I'm not, you know, digging into those at 3 o'clock in the morning and binging. So that is the one thing I'm going to do. I still need to locate a printable for the pantry challenge and the freezer challenge, something that I can use just to take inventory of what I have. I mean, I guess I could just use a regular notebook. I don't need a printable, but you guys know I like pretty printables. So if you have any recommendations for a printable, maybe Chrissy from the Mom Life has one. I'll have to check her website and see, but I'm sure that there's something out there that I can make use of. And if you have any really good resources for that, let me know in the comments section below. And the last thing that I'm going to do specifically to challenge myself in January is I am going to go through all of my emails, all of my text messages, all of my social media, and I'm going to get rid of those things that tempt me to spend money. I am subscribed to so many email lists where I'm getting coupons for, 30% off this and 20% off that. Stuff that wouldn't even really be on my radar if it wasn't for the fact that it was dropping into my inbox every single day. I have text messages coming in from places like Hobby Lobby and Michael's saying, hey, we're having a sale. Happy Planner's really good for that. They're always having a sale, as is Erin Condren, and every single time. It wasn't even on my radar to buy anything, but ooh, a sale, so now I have to go shop. Don't want to do that. Also, there's a ton of social media accounts that I follow that encourage me to spend money. You know, there's so many swipe up links going on my Instagram feed. I'm seeing various people post pictures of this thing and that thing, and it just makes me want to shop. And Lord knows I do not need to be doing any shopping. That is not going to be good for my budget. So that is the other thing I am challenging myself to do in January. Go through all of those places, unfollow people that are bad influence on me, unsubscribe from all the email lists, and really declutter my inbox, declutter my life, and prevent that shopping impulse. So I challenge you all to do the same. Join me in some of these challenges. I think that they could really enrich your budgeting experience. I'm really hopeful they will enrich my budgeting experience, and that is the plan for January. So we're doing the 52-week savings challenge, we're doing the Saveopoly, we're decluttering our inbox, and we are using up what we have and spending less on groceries in January. If you like this video, I would love it if you would take a minute and click the subscribe button so that you can come back and check out all of my other budgeting and lifestyle related content. I post new videos here on my channel every single week. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. I will link everything that I talked about, all the printables, down below in the description box, so use that as a resource. Thanks so much for watching today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys!